Hi guys, how you all doing? So since we are locked up, I thought I'll make a short video about my riding gears because I get couple of questions every now and then about my riding gears. So I'll give you tips also how to research for the apt riding gears for your riding style and your budget as well. So let's start. So guys, let's start from head and then continuing till your toes. So the most important thing you should always buy, in fact, whenever you buy your bike, this is the first thing you should buy, and that's a good helmet. A good, I mean, do not a 200 rupees helmet you get on the roadside. So my helmet is an HJC FGST. So ST stands for sports touring. So this is sort of premium helmet you can call. So this cost about 15,000 rupees and it's very light. Also, there is integrated sun visor, so it helps whenever there is sun glare. So I won't go and suggest you go and buy a 15,000 helmet right away. But do your research. There are a lot of brands in Indian market who offer good protection around the price point of 5 or 4 to 6,000 rupees. A few brands that I know right now are MT. MT is something I swear by because a lot of my friends have it and they make really good helmets. So you can also get an HJC in 9,000, but that's if you want to spend that much money. But just buy a helmet which is DOT certified at least. Do not go for ISI helmets because they are crap. But if possible, go for an ECE as well because ECE is even superior helmet certification than DOT, because even the DOT certification is falling apart, and in US also people are criticizing it. So if you get an ECE, well and good, or otherwise at least get a DOT helmet which will protect your head. So this is my helmet. So guys, after the helmet, the next most important thing you should buy is a riding jacket. Mine is a Solus Furious version 2. It's a touring jacket actually. So there is not a lot of ventilation or mesh panels as compared to a mesh jacket. But this costs about 11,500 and it's an all season jacket. There are a lot of features this jacket has. I'll make a separate video for this. Let's not talk about it much. So it's a touring jacket. It is not recommended to wear in summers in India because summers are very hot and the ventilation on these jackets is very less. But what you can do, you can search for a jacket which is around 6 to 7,000 and offers very good protection. It's just like a Rhinox or even the Solus has their entry level jackets. So they get level 2 protection for shoulders, for elbows, for back, and in jackets like these you get also chest protection. But another thing is that these comes with a winter liner, which can also be used as a standalone winter jacket as well. Along with that, it also comes with a rain liner. Now that's very bright and it can be used. You can wear it on your jacket. So this is also advantage for these kind of jackets. So now in jackets, what you can do, you search what is your according to your budget. There are multiple brands in India like Rhinox, Solus. I believe Zeus also makes jacket. I have not used it. Rhinox products I have used. Rhinox jacket I have not used. And Solus also makes these kind of entry level jackets. So you can search in that. Decide what is your priority. You can also go for mesh jacket. You don't have to go for a touring jacket. I just love it. I like how it looks, and also there are a lot of utilitarian pockets for these jackets. So I've gone for a tourer jacket. You don't have to do that. You can buy a simple jacket which will cost you around 6 to 8, something between 6 to 8, and you can try those. So the next thing in riding gears is riding pants. Now, not necessarily everybody will buy riding pants directly. Usually, what people do, even what I have done earlier, is to buy knee guards. So those bulky knee guards which I had, which were from Mototech or something, they started scratching the tank of my CBR. So back then when I had CBR, it used to scratch the tank. So I got really pissed and I bought riding pants. But you, I will suggest that you should save up and directly buy riding pants instead of buying any Nigas or something. If it is not in your budget, you have only allocated, let's say, 2 to 3 thousand for, you know, lower body protection, so maybe then you can buy. But I don't recommend, because I'll tell you, when you crash, when you are sliding on the road, these material of the riding gear will save your skin, and your normal jeans and your normal pants won't do that. The knee guards will only protect the area of knee and little bit of shin, but then riding pants, you have that advantage as well. And only reason I am able to fold it like a normal pant, because I have removed the armors are kept separately somewhere, and I have stored all of these somewhere, because since we are not riding from 3 months now. So let's talk about my riding pants. So these are Rhinox Advento, the top of the line which Rhinox makes, and these are with me from 4 years now. So they are pretty solid. There is no issue about the quality or anything. I have crashed couple of time off road, and I don't see any marks on this, or this has saved my ass a lot of time. These are little bit heavy, but that's the price you pay for the extra protection, I believe. So these comes with Nox armors and cost you little less than 8,000 rupees. So this is a kind of a touring pants. You'll see there are no mesh panels. However, there are these panels which you can open and direct some air onto your legs. Now your legs will be fine if you do not have a lot of ventilation while on the ride, which does not makes the ride uncomfortable. But you want to get a mesh riding pants, you can do that. Not riding jeans, riding pants. Or otherwise, if you are really tight on the budget, maybe you can opt for Nigas, but I advise against it, because I don't personally like it. I've had it for a while and the experience was not very good. So once you buy it, you don't have to look anywhere else, I believe. So once for all, save some money, add into your bike riding gears fund, and once you save enough, just go buy a riding bike. So for these as well, there are good options between 6,000 to 8,000, 9,000. But once you buy it, it's a very good investment, and I think you should almost always opt for a riding pant itself. So the next thing is probably the smallest thing by size in all the riding gears. Those are gloves. So these are my Cramster full gauntlet gloves. I bought these around 4 years back, and they're still in very good shape. And these are my go-to gloves for touring, also for shorter rides. So since I bought Tiger, if I'm going to do really hardcore off-roading by my standards, so I have to be standing on the bike a lot of time. So in that case, I want a little bit of wrist movement, and in these gloves, if you can see, it restricts a bit, or maybe it's not very comfortable to ride in that kind of scenario. So I have another pair of mesh gloves, which are protection wise not as great as these, but I am planning to get a semi gauntlet gloves as well, which are short wrist length. So for gloves, you have a lot of options. I'm sure you don't need any suggestions, but just since I was showing you all the riding gears, these are my gloves. Cramster full gauntlets. They were about 3,200 when I bought it. I don't think so they make these anymore, or maybe they do. I don't know, but yeah, these are the gloves. Now probably, according to me, the most important part of riding gear, and also the most neglected part by many of the people, those are riding boots. So I have these beast of City Adventure 2 Gore-Tex. Now this is by far the most expensive riding gear in my whole collection. So since I got it from Germany, I got it for 22,500. Little less, little more. I not I'm not exactly sure, but it's around that point. So let's say 23,000. So, but these are top of the line adventure boots from a very premium company called City. So you don't have to go and buy a 23,000 shoes. Probably that will not make sense at all if you have nothing, no other riding gears for you. But why I bought these particular shoes is because these are off-road shoes, but they are also not that stiff so that I can, ride in these for a very long time as well. So it's a good mix between an off-road boot as well as a touring boot. And these are waterproof, so that's an additional bonus, I'll say. Uh, they are premium shoes, and I don't expect people to go and buy these kind of shoes, at least when they are starting out. Before these, I had XDI boots, which were full boots. They cost about 8,000 rupees, and I have used them in every weather for like 40,000 kilometers, and they were literally falling apart in the last term of their lifetime. So I have used them for quite a long time, and I think boots is also one of the investment that you make. First of all, it will save you from the injuries. I have a lot of marks here, which if not for these shoes, I would have injured my leg. So these have already paid off in what the short amount of time of 4 or 5,000 kilometers I have used them. And now, since we are talking about boots, there's one thing I want to highlight here. A lot of people use those short boots which are ankle length, and because their explanation or their how do they defend their logic is that if they it is easy to walk and everything. But understand, if you're heavy big motorcycle fell on your leg, you're more likely to break your ankle in those shoes. Now in these are enforced, and it saved my own leg also twice when I had off-road crash. So I urge, or I recommend, I suggest to buy full boots only. Of course not these boots, but whichever fits your budget. The more protection, the better for legs. So I suggest you buy full boots only. Research about it. Probably XDI still make it. There is a brand called Exhauster which also makes similar kind of boots, but of course these are superior in protection and all the features. You can always opt for those shoes as well. So to summarize all of these, I think a good helmet about 6 to 7,000, a good riding jacket in the same ballpark, so makes it about 12,000 or 14,000. A riding band, another 6,000, so that makes it 18,000. Shoes, another 6 to 8,000, that makes it 24,000. And gloves, more 2-3,000. So the overall budget should be around 25,000 for all the gears. But now you have to understand, I have collected, bought, accumulated all these over the span of a very long time, let's say 4 to 5 years. So every time I am into the market to buy something, I do my research. I read all the reviews. I watch all the reviews. I talk to people who have used it. You will surely find someone in your closest circle who have used certain gears. You can take their recommendation, work on your budget, and then you can actually go try those gears, and then you can buy. Probably this is the best way you can buy all these gears. And trust me, riding gears is the best investment you will make after buying a motorcycle. So stay home, be safe, bye.